Being able to control the energy throughout your arrangements is one of the most valuable skills that you could have as a songwriter. And in this video, I'm going to show you a fun strategy that makes arrangement easy to understand. The strategy is called the 4-stage rule, and throughout each section of our song, we'll slowly increase the energy of the song until we're at maximal energy, and then the song will climax and have a satisfying shift back to low energy. Let's build a song and apply this rule. Step 1 is to come up with the prettiest melody that you can. Make sure to put all your effort into this, because we're going to have to keep this melody interesting for the duration of the song. I have a sound loaded up. One of my favorite sounds in the world. I'm going to start with the bass notes. That's pretty, but I want something more expressive. I have a new instance of Sylenth 1. I like this. I've been into these gated sounds lately, so I'm going to add some ducking to it to make it flutter, and then we add some echo and this free Transgate plugin that I just found by Kilohertz. I'm gonna add some reverb to it. It loosens it up a little. Isn't that so pretty? I'm gonna duplicate this instrument and add these little plucks here. Isn't that pretty? I can't believe we get to make a song with this. So we can start arranging. And this will be section 1 of our song. And remember, section 1 of our song is low energy, which just means not a lot of instruments. So all I'm going to add is a single hi-hat. I'm going to use this really quiet minimal hi-hat. We're going to put it on every up beat, or in other words, the beat that's in between each kick. This will give us a lot of groove. That sounds like a low energy intro to a song. And now that section is done. Never over add to the intro of your song, because that'll leave you enough instruments to add to your arrangement later. I'm going to duplicate this, and this will be section 2. Section 2 is medium energy. And all that means is we have to increase the energy in section 2 a little bit more than what we have here. So I'm going to add some harmony, which I think will sound really good against this melody. I have these beautiful pads here. I'm going to go into our melody and take these bass notes and first add a bass using these pads. We get this sound. It's satisfying, but we can make this more satisfying by sneaking in some harmony. Like, I really like this. This is a deep house song. People who listen to deep house would listen to this. I'm going to actually go the deep house direction and add a kick. And we're going to put this on every downbeat. And now we should get a satisfying shift between section 1 and section 2. Let's color these. This is energy. This is a song, like I would listen to this. Okay, now we got to build section 3, which is the highest energy section of our song. And we also need a very climactic transition back to a low energy section. If you can pull these kind of energy shifts off, I'm telling you, you can make any song that you ever dream of. Here's how I would do it. I'm going to take this section here, and we already have all of our fundamental layers in, which is drums, bass, lead, and chords. So what do we add when everything's already in? We start going instrument by instrument and enhancing each instrument. And we do that with automation and layers, which add expression. Let's color section 3. Let's start with the drums. Do we have room to add drums to this to enhance them? Yes, we have plenty of room. That's only 2 drums. I'm going to add a closed hi-hat, and this one's going to play 16th notes, which means 16 notes per bar. I'm going to add some ducking to these with Kickstart 2. But we could still add another drum here. This is one of my favorite ways to enhance a drum line. Take a ride cymbal. It's a very mild cymbal that you can sneak in on top. I usually like to put them on top of the kick and the snare, or just the kick. That for some reason just makes the chorus or hook of your song much more bright. So let's go to our lead and see if we can enhance the lead with some automation and layering. So the first thing I'm going to do to this is duplicate it, and I'm just going to take the same exact notes. I'm going to take Sylenth 1 again. I'm going to go up an octave. And for this sound, I'm going to keep it simple. I just want to make one of my favorite stab layers that always is useful for adding energy. Make sure to turn on a low pass filter. And we'll close it a little bit. I'm going to come back up to this oscillator and add some voices of unison. So we get that. And so layered with our original lead. I'm going to add some reverb to it. And then some OTT, some Kickstart 2. And listen to how the sound just stabs. To add to the climactic experience at the end of this section, I'm going to now use automation to open up some of these sounds in real time. So I'm going to take this cutoff knob and just open this automation during this last section. So even though this is a high energy section, we can still add movement with automation. So now at the beginning of this section, the sound is really closed. And then over time, it'll open up slowly, and by the end, we get this sound. As for these warm pads, they're really, really warm. We can open these up as well as we enter into this last section. And then throughout this last section, we can open all the way up. It's just a beautiful unison of sounds. All right, I'm going to play this back and see if we have a satisfying flow of energy from low all the way to high and then back down to low. It's such a cool sound. Like a good startup feeling. I like the harmony, it's like relaxing. Here's a larger transition. Sounded nice. You hear the tension building up slowly. Wasn't that beautiful? That was beautiful. That's a video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to learn more about arranging electronic music, check out my course at the top of the description below, which comes with my course as well as my back-end mastermind group, where you can ask me questions and send me your songs for feedback. If that sounds like something of interest to you, there's a link at the top of the description below, and I'll see you in there. Stay tuned for the next video lesson.